Okay, we have another one of the threes. So the other one we're waiting for it to cool off is the one that we've replaced SSD for it. We actually had to replace two sets of SSD. So we're waiting for it to cool off. So what we had to do was to just so try to reseat the SSDs and see if we get any changes. But then the client wants at least one of the devices to work today. So we want to see, we now want to move on to the next one and see if we can get this one to work. Hopefully, this one has not been tempered, and then hopefully this is not related to the onboard SSD. So yeah, let's quickly take the board, the back cover out, and get to work. Okay, back cover is out. Nah, not really. I just wanted to be sure that nobody has been there. So this looks good. It doesn't look like anybody has been here. Wait, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? What am I seeing? Yeah, no, that's no. Doesn't seem like anybody has been here. Now this looks, yeah, I mean, this looks very what should I say? uh, Encouraging. Yeah, I mean, it's not been attempted, so it looks encouraging. Okay, first thing we want to do. This is an A1990, similar to the one we just worked on, and is also a low power. So the first thing we did after we take out the back cover is to disconnect our battery cable. So now let's see what we have. So the A1990s are very famous for they are very famous for C9081 failure, and then when that happens, so this fails in two ways. Sometimes when it fails, it then damages U9080, and then when also that happens, U9080 sends higher than 2.5 volts to the set of NANDs that we have on the board. So and then you get the NANDs damaged, the U9080 damaged, and then sometimes this also fails in a way. And then by the way, when that happens, is you get a short on your PP bus that you can easily measure on F7000 or F7001. That's your PP bus line. So, by the way, one of the way you can disconnect PP bus from your SSD is by removing a current sensor resistor, which is R5620. When you do so, because if you look at the description, so PP bus, so pin one, PP bus is connected through pin one to the SSD circuitry. So if you remove R5620, and then that easily you can differentiate between where if you have a short, primarily on A1990, the first thing we do practically most of the time is once we remove the back cover, we disconnect the battery. The next thing we want to do is we want to see if we have a short on your PV bus, and then we are hoping that that short is going to result from C9080. And usually the way this fails is dust build up over time, and then you get oxidation on one side of the cap, and then the caps fail, becoming a wire, because you're supposed to have the way this is configured is such that you have insulation materials, and in between you have the main connected to a power line, and then you have the other to ground. But when this fails, what happens is the insulation materials in between get damaged, and then this and that becomes one. So PP bus, whatever is on PP bus, now makes its way to ground, and then that becomes a problem. Okay, so that said, I've also had different videos on A1990 common failures on the channel. So yeah, you can always go to that. But this is I like the fact that it's not been attempted, unlike the one that we picked on before. So let's see what we have. Do we have a short on PB bus? Yes, we do have a short on PB bus. So it's a very common thing on the A1990. So what we want to do is we want to head straight to C9080, C9081. So, okay, yeah, let's quickly go to it and see if That is where our problem lies. And by the way, C9081 is going to be on the other side of the board. So let's quickly go to it and hope that the damage is sustained. So and then another thing, sometimes you get the damage not being contained in C9081. The damage can also then it could go deeper in the layer of the board. That is also not good. But usually when that happens, you should actually see that from this side. You see it from this side that okay, this is not a good. But we don't see that, and so we are hoping that the only problem we're gonna have with this one is C9081, and that will be a very compensating type of repair for the many hours we spent on the other one. سبحان الله عدد ما خلق من شيء. 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 Okay. Screws. Just we have two more left, and the board is ready to go out. And then I mean, as you guys can also see, up until this moment, we are not connecting power to the device, and it's definitely not advised. When you're working on a low power device, before you can confirm what state it is, you can just for the sake of it, you can like a quick connection of power to it, uh, but it's not safe. It's not safe. I mean. It's not safe. You could be doing more damage to the device than what state the kind of worsening the current state of the device. Okay, so that's out. Let's put the shell on the side. Let's mix them. Okay, so this is our C9081. See how does it's been, and yeah. So we're just gonna do that to remove it from the circuitry. And that doesn't look good because it almost looks like we hope it's not we hope it's not deeper than the surface. That doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Yeah, yeah, it's same thing. Yeah, so you see, so it got damaged, and then it fried that, and definitely 12.6 volt was sent to the NAND. So yeah, so if you see here, you can see that. Yeah, that's the main people side. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, so we have the same issue. uh, Yeah. Yeah. 50 bucks. It's yeah. Mm. So yeah, this is also gonna be that's gonna take us forever. So we also good. Let's we will be putting that aside for the sake of time. Let's check the last one. Hmm. So we not so yeah. Let's check the last one. Is also A1990. Let's hope this also has not been attempted, and and it's not an issue of the land. Uh, yeah. Okay. Not really. I don't even understand. The first time when I looked at it, I didn't really see it. Like I mean, maybe I was. Yeah. So let's see. What do we have here? Hmm. Do we have the same short issue or different issue? Yeah, okay, we have the same symptoms. So now we want to confirm if so let's this is exactly the I mean the imagine three machines having exactly the same problem. I mean, the first one, it's exactly the same, but what happened was the lands were destroyed in the process. The second one, same region, same symptoms, and the last one, we having the same thing. Now we're just hoping that this is at least gonna give us some kind of okay, like a bye type of repair kit. Fine, just this one should just yeah. So we're hoping that's what it's gonna be. Allah willing, it's gonna be easy. We you can see we have the same similar short. So let's head over to cap. Okay, we have two screws left. Moment of truth. Let's see what we have. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Okay. So Just like the second one, this also has not been attempted, and symptoms, the failure, it's exactly the same. But we just hope that this stays on the surface and did not go. So yeah, C90. It is still, yeah, but let's see. Is that okay? Looks a little good. So when the second when that it's not blackened or no hole from that side to the other side, that's a good sign. Let's see what we have now. We still have a short. Hmm. Okay. At least we got one right. Okay. So yeah. So what we had to do was because C9081 failed, and the way a typical cap fails, it's you get the what basically divides what divides ground and the main power line get destroyed, and then what happens is then this starts acting like a wire, and then whatever you have on pin one becomes same as pin two, whatever you have on pin two becomes same as a pin one, and in that state the board was shredding to ground. So what we had to do was just remove C9081. So and then usually what I do, it's at some point I used to replace C981, but then it didn't make sense to me because it's a circle. So what happens is over time you get built up again, and then the same thing happens. And then sometimes the client may not be as lucky as this one. It may just be like the other one. You know, the one that it's a layer or two deeper into the board, and then what happens is as a result, you have damaged land. So this is yeah, this is different. We are not going to completely put it together. I'm just going to test it just to see that it works, and then Peter will do the assembly tomorrow, and then the other one, the one that and then yeah, we'll check the first one just before we leave, just to be sure that yeah. Oh, we can check that tomorrow. Yeah, the other one. We can check that. Can check. Okay, we can check that. Okay, so it's so tomorrow don't forget to Ulises A, and then these guys machines, make sure they are, then you can say again. Oh no, that key, the keyboard, the you're talking about the non-touch bar. So I want to first try to, yeah, and see if it's not going to fail afterwards, or see if it doesn't still select. If you see select, to change it, but I'll first try to repair the key. They ask us to wait, eh? Yeah. Oh, you already took out the battery, yeah? Which one is that? So what did you do? A new casing. I'm talking about the 2018. Yeah. But wait, which one did you replace the top casing? Wasn't it the same one you said didn't work? The one that you said the touch bar wouldn't respond? That one we need. What do we need on that one? And the keyboard. Oh, okay. So what we can do is we can exchange that keyboard for it. That like return the one we bought. Yeah, and then get a Toshiba keyboard instead. You understand? Okay, we have feedback on our trackpad.
If you've noticed, usually if the machine is coming on, they are like stuff
Oh.
like
Okay, so alhamdulillah, this is we got one out of the three. This is good. At least we wanted one out of the three. So we haven't. We will be going back to the first one, which was the one that we had already replaced the NAND. The second one, it's not just going to be a concern of the NAND. So the second one, we have a situation where the short it's about two-layer down. So we have to kind of like drill a hole on the board to get a shot out. So that's just gonna we're just gonna put that aside. So but then we'll have to go to the other one, which is the first one. But because of time, we are gonna end off on this one and just address his own airs, just the airs. We yeah. So we do the airs and then yeah, and then we can leave. So tomorrow, so this you can just you assemble this to define the test and clean it up, and then this can be finalized. And this one you should put it together because otherwise we have to drill a hole, and I'm not yeah. And then I don't even okay. I'm gonna find out from him what he wants us to do, and then we can decide on that one. But this one, okay, yeah. So guys, as you guys can see, this was a successful repair. What we had to do was to remove C9081 that has failed, and so I'm just gonna see if I can show you guys the schematic and say probably if it's gonna make sense to you guys. 820 so it's 820 dash 002 no 241 is wait, what am I doing? Doesn't even type it. Yeah, sometimes it does that. Okay, let's try again. Where is it? Where's the stuff? 15 inches. Okay, yeah, here you go. Okay, so we're looking at C90, C what again? C9081. Okay, so this is it. So it's under input of U9080. So when this fails, we see pin 1, it's attached to the main line, which is where it says PP bus, and then it says V in as the voltage in, and then on the other side you see where it says that is ground. So what happens is when this cap fails, um, everything here will now have its way to ground. So what we have just did was to just remove this from the circuitry itself. Now that is not going to pose any danger to the rest of the circuitry because as you guys can see we have one, two, three more on the line. However, the reason why we had to remove this and not replace it is because the cycle continues. After some time again, you get a pileup of dust because of now. So because of this section here, you get a pileup of dust, and then over time you get a pileup of dust, and then over time what happens again? It's the same cycle continues. The same thing happens again. So usually what we used to do is we used to have to replace it, but then again after like a year or so, the same thing happens, and then the device will have to come back, and then our warranties, by the way, are 12 months. And sometimes it may not be as it may not just be at the surface level. When it fails the next time, it may just be that it fails and then it goes 2 3 layers down short, which is going to be on the PV line, and then it becomes something that we have to drill a hole on the board, and sometimes you just don't get it right. So yes, thank you guys. This is going to get assembled and tested, and then yeah, and then it will go to the client. We'll see you guys in the next one. So the